This thing on? All right. Bodhi.
Black Friday!
Black Friday deals.
Hey!
All right.
Sorry, I'm excited. These deals are insane.
This is crazy. All right, Black Friday 2024. This is probably the craziest Black Friday deals we've ever had. Actually, I know that for certain.
Factual.
Been here for like 6 years almost, and I could tell you, when I saw this sheet of all these sale deals, I was like, whoa, you guys are off your seats.
Is that really what you were like?
Yeah.
Because I was like, what?
All right, let's dive in deep. This is gonna be quick. We're just gonna tell you exactly what's going on this Black Friday, particularly with the boards, because I'm serious. This is like, if you're in the market for a Onewheel, if you know somebody that wants a Onewheel, or maybe you have a Onewheel and you're looking to do a little upgrading, now's the time.
Or if you're trying to add to your quiver, you know, more the merrier.
Yes.
Board for the homie, board for the gal, board for the trails, board for the streets. Maybe you just want 2 different colors and you got some extra money in your pocket because it's been a good year. I don't know.
Or if you don't have extra money in your pocket and you just want to ride a Onewheel, it's cool. All right, let's start it off. Onewheel pint, arguably the craziest deal. That's why I say arguably, because some people have different opinions. Onewheel pint started off as 1,050 bucks. That was its original price. Then we dropped it down to $750 in the past 2 years.
That's cheap.
How could it get any cheaper? Well, how cheap is it getting, Bodhi?
Now, on this Black Friday, this bad boy is $700. That's the cheapest Onewheel there's ever been, ever in the world, ever.
Okay, I'm gonna be straight with you.
$700?
$700.
700, dude.
The cheapest Onewheel I have ever even heard of. This is a steal. What?
Steal and a deal.
Steal and a deal.
Stealing and dealing.
Whoa, boys, give me more.
What about that Pine X, Lazor?
Okay. Pine X, which also just got a freaking firmware upgrade this year. Seriously, sleeping on this board. It's a great all-rounder. Everybody loves it. I love it, going to the coffee shop. Originally, Pine X was $1,500 for the last year. We brought it down to $1,100.
That's cheap.
Again, like how much lower could you actually get? Well, tell them, Bodhi.
Well, the Pine X on Black Friday is now $1,000.
That's bonkers. Honestly, that's $1,000 for up to 18 miles in range. The new firmware feels
incredible. This thing really got a facelift. Ask anybody that had a Pine X with the previous firmware. We wanted to juice the Pine X up, making the Pine S, but we decided that firmware is too good to not give it to the people. So this board got it too. It's a little faster, it rides better, and it is a phenomenal board for getting into one-wheeling, for kids, for if you're living in the city and you have trouble parking, you just want something that's easy to get in and out of the car, walk up to your apartment, take it to work, you gotta walk it into work, whatever. It's light, it's quick, it's super fun, and I personally am a huge fan of the Pine X and Pine S. They're great freestyle boards.
honestly, if you could get like one board, the pint form factor is pretty awesome. Just to have it, it's super small, easy to carry around, and $1,000 for the range is, again, it just like kind of makes me think like what is going on in this world. And I think that's a great thing for the world to have. This Pine X.
Black Friday is what's going on, Lazor.
Dude, I'm so impressed with these deals. All right.
Lazor, you're a big pine guy.
I am a big pine guy.
Lazor even has an unofficial pine association. What's your pine association?
Central Californians per pint. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, that board might be too small for me, but if you just want that one-wheel experience, the pint lineup is pretty much all you need. Dip your toes in, you know? Now, we got, this one came out actually not too long ago, the Pine S. Now, you got the performance treaded tire on here, the beautiful wide foot pads, the flared foot pads, these awesome custom rails, Mag Handle Pro, and the Pine S was the reason we wanted to do a Pine firmware upgrade, and then didn't want to hold it back, put it on the Pine X. But Bodhi, you love this board. This board instantly became my favorite before the Classic, but I still love this board a lot. It's really fun. Like out of the box, it rides really well.
The foot pads really add to the level of comfort. The tire is incredible. And yes, you can take a Pine X and turn it into a Pine S essentially, but you're saving the money getting the Pine S, having all these accessories on it fresh out of the box. You don't gotta change your tires, you don't gotta change your foot pads. You got it exactly how you need it, ready to rock. And it's an exceptionally fun board. It's really my go-to, even still with the XR Classic. I love taking this when I know I'm gonna go into town, park my truck, ride it around, get where I need to go, take it out for a little coffee mission, run and grab some lunch. It's a very maneuverable and manipulatable board, and it's pretty sick. I'm a big fan of black stuff. I have a black truck, and it just looks mean and out of the box fun.
Yeah, it's one of those boards and builds that you're gonna get everything on it, rather than if you do get the Pine X and you wanna add the foot pads, everything, like you said, it's actually gonna cost more than just getting this board, which is, it's a pretty good deal. And it's a little bit different, it's special. Pine S is special.
And it's the only board that's come murdered out.
And starting off originally at $1,400, dropping it down to $1,300 for Black Friday, $100 off.
Pretty radical-tastical.
All right, next up,
What's
get into, everybody's been hearing about it. Everybody's been hearing about it. The Onewheel XR Classic Straight Rail Edition. And might as well throw it up there, Bodhi. The Onewheel XR Classic Recurve Edition.
Instantly my favorite board.
Literally just launched this board not even a month ago. And it's a beautiful, beautiful rendition of the board that I started riding on, a board that Bodhi loved very much, the Onewheel Plus XR. And it's a beautiful ride. You've got two different versions, straight and recurve. These are not gonna be on sale. But we are bringing back the launch deal, which if you buy one of these boards, $1,900, $2,200 for the recurve, you will get a free hybrid fender kit.
Yep. And there's also more bundles too. That's just the base.
That's just the base.
You're getting a fender, but you can also, there's a couple other bundles where you're gonna save a lot of money getting a bunch of stuff for the board right away, kitting it out instantly, which is an incredible board. It's fun to swag it out how you like to. And this is ultimately the Goldilocks board. We've been saying that because it's really true. Like the XR, like Lazor said, I rode thousands of miles on the XR. It's such a great size, it's a great board. But now we have all this new firmware that we've learned over the years. We have better technology with the motors, and packing all that into this board, while it's not the exact size of the XR, it's a slight bit wider to feature the new lowboy foot pads and keep that ecosystem going. It is a really good size. It feels nice, it's dropped, so the center of gravity is a little lower. It feels stable, it's super zippy, it's fun, it's playful. Also a phenomenal freestyle board. And it's just a great board to get into riding. The original XR was $1,700?
$1,800.
The original XR was $1,800. This is only $100 more than that board that came out 6 years ago, which is kind of crazy. Somewhat, this thing is basically inflation proof.
Pretty much.
We put it in an inflation calculator of what the XR would cost now, and I think it was like $2,300 or something like that.
Well, that's what I think is so cool about like the ability to have like a product that can stay almost the same price over time, and you're getting a bit like it's an upgrade. It's an upgraded XR. Like you said, it's a little bit wider, but if you've ridden an XR lately, this board's a good upgrade.
Blows it out of the water.
I just say XR was good for its time, but check one of these bad boys out and you wouldn't be disappointed. But yeah, $1,900, same price, ain't no sale, but we will throw in the hybrid fender kit, which is really dope because it's just super easy detachable. You ain't gotta unscrew anything. It's super dope. Probably said that twice.
Well, it's super duper dope.
Yeah, it's super duper dope.
Moving on.
Okay.
To the big dog,
Now,
the trail hog.
If you thought Pint X deal was pretty nuts, those prices are just low. Those are just like great entry level prices, But if you're talking about the biggest discount on a single board for this entire Black Friday season, we're going $500 off Onewheel GT.
That's crazy.
This thing originally $2,300 for Black Friday, $1,800. That means you can get a Onewheel GT for less than the brand new Onewheel XR Classic Straight Rail Edition. And you're talking up to 32 miles in range, insane custom shaping opportunities, and if you throw an S-Series motor in one of these baddies,
Killer board.
it's a great board. So great for anybody that's, you know, a little bit larger of a rider that wants that extra range, that uses their board a lot. I have a Onewheel GT myself, and there's so much battery on it that, like, you know, I'm a casual rider. I'm never going down. I never go past like 40% on my own personal board. So it's like, but if you're looking to ride around a lot,
This is the one.
this is the one.
This board has the most range out of any board we offer. It's my go-to when I'm at events, using it to get around if I'm gonna go ride trails. The S is awesome for riding trails, having all that power, but this thing gets more range than that. So if you wanna go for longer rides, you know, you're gonna be commuting on it a lot, you're gonna be hitting group rides, this is a great board to have because it's gonna get you the farthest out of any of them. And at $500 off, that's pretty insane.
That's the biggest discount we've ever had on a Onewheel,
Ever.
ever.
So
it's like you're dropping down below 2K mark, which is super awesome. I hope a lot of people take advantage of it because, once again, this happens once a year, and this type of sale with these types of savings happens never. It's never happened before.
Ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Ever. Next up is the almighty GT S-Series. Quickly became
A hood favorite.
a hood favorite. You know, this is the board that I rock around because it's the only board I could keep up with the factory team on. But so GTS originally at $2,900. Well, we dropping that down to $2,600. So you're getting a $300 discount on the most powerful Onewheel out there to date. That's a steal right there, coming with the low boy foot pads. You're coming with the S-Series motor. You're coming in with the freaking treaded tire. You know, this thing is factory tuned. It feels great. It's just such a powerful board. Sometimes I'm just like, man, this is like a legit vehicle. This thing is like why we have cars anymore.
I mean, essentially, this board is a race board. It was designed for racing, it was designed for racers. It was originally designed for Race for the Rail, and then decided to take it to market as an actual product. So if you want to race, if you currently race, or if that's your dream, this is definitely the board to point towards, because this thing will smoke any other board out of the water. And if you're not going to race and you just want a board that's got a lot of power, you live in a hilly area, you want to dominate some gnarly trails, or maybe you're a bigger fella or gal and you just want that power to hold up all that beautiful weight on your body, this is going to do it. It's quick, it's fun, it's got the highest top speed of any of our boards, and by far the most amount of torque. This thing is 113 volts of pure raw
Power. It's a lot of power.
Yep. And it also comes in two other models. So there's the GTS, there's the GTS Recurve that has the recurve rails like the classic we showed earlier, which we don't have a studio board of.
And that one, which is originally $3,200, is now gonna be $350 off, bringing it down to $2,850. So now you get a GTS Recurve, which is like a super duper race board. That's just super duper. This is a super race board. That's a super duper race board for $350 off. And then, as if there were enough Onewheels, there's the GTS Rally Edition, which comes with this 6-inch hub on the recurve rails, which is like the ultimate, the upper echelon, the freaking top dog. That's the super duper duper, right?
super duper duper
Yeah.
duper race board.
$3,500 originally. That one is, that's $350 off. So you're getting the best board that we possibly make, the most power, everything, the most expensive board, $3,150.
Now, why recurve rails, you may ask?
Good question.
What recurve rails are gonna do, they're gonna drop your center of gravity a little bit with this dropped nose. They're gonna lift up your tail, give you more tail clearance for braking. It's gonna give you more control over the board because with the angle in the foot pads and the nose and the tail, it gives you more leverage heel to toe. And it also locks you in more. Since they're angled, it keeps your feet on the board. So if you're hitting some chunks, some chunder, pop a fat volley, it's gonna keep you locked into the board, give you more control and lower the whole thing entirely. So I personally am a big fan of straight rails, but I'm also predominantly a freestyle rider. So I like having a flat deck, nice and consistent, good for coming off the board. But I know a lot of people that ride trails, race, things like that, they love these angled rails for that level of control you're getting, for that locked in feel. And I do really enjoy them on trails. Like my go-to trail board is the Rally Edition GTS, super duper fun. But this one's gonna do great on trails too. Really anyone with those recurve rails are awesome. But at the end of the day, any Onewheel is gonna rip streets, it's gonna rip trails from the Pint all the way up to the Rally. You have a whole range of boards that are gonna be tons of fun. You just get to pick your level of range, your level of speed, the size that you want, and they're all discounted to a certain level and ready for you to put some money on and put your fun on and get right in that flow state.
Yeah, I think all sales pitches aside, this is kind of like the best moment for people to get a Onewheel, obviously the discounts, but like our entire lineup has never been better. There's never been more options for any type of person, any type of riding or any type of interest. So I think that's what's really rad. Also, to point out, all accessories and apparel will be 25% off. So as I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, if you've already got a board, look at some accessories to, you know, upgrade your board. Honestly, a big one would be, I actually just heard this one, motors, S-Series motors are gonna be 25% off for Black Friday. So if you just got yourself a classic, get yourself a S-Series motor on discount, throw that baddie in. He just tested that out with Bart Miller. There's a video, go check that out.
I love this board.
From what I hear, that's like the board.
It's pretty safe.
That's a good board to have.
Yeah.
So motors, 25% off. There's just, 25% off all apparel. We got this brand new freaking Christmas sweater.
Dude, look, Miss
Nice
Claus
design.
is hitting a freaking Bali melon.
Bali melon.
Just tweaked out, fully boned.
You get this little sailor beanie cap, 25% off. Last year we put out a ton of apparel, so check that out.
You can actually buy my used socks as well. We have used Bodhi socks.
Really?
Do we? Oh, we did.
I didn't take any photos of them yet.
Oh, maybe that's next year thing.
Oh. But seriously, check out the deals. They're only gonna last until Cyber Monday, maybe. And if you got any questions about them, I know it's a lot of numbers, but just go on the website, check it out. It's all up there, good. And that's not even, we didn't even mention all of like the bundling stuff. That's a whole nother realm. We can't get into that in this video because honestly,
It's just too much.
it's too much.
We got too much to do.
We got too much to do.
Too much fun to have.
So happy, hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, have a great Black Friday, get outside.
Yep.
Stock up now because you get a board now and then who knows, in a few weeks, it's gonna be like $500 more expensive. So that's a fatty chunk.
Buy a Onewheel, buy some accessories, call your friends, tell them you love them, give your mother a hug, and your father a good high five and a handshake, and get out there and have a good time. That's my dad.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Happy Black Friday. Get outside.